What is up, guys? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch.
I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to be looking at UFC 273, Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. We're going to be looking at 3 fights on the card, and we're actually going to be starting with the people's main event, Gilbert Durinho Burns versus Borz versus Khamzat Chimaev. Yeah, but before we get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We put out pay-per-views for almost every fight night, almost every pay-per-view, so go ahead and do that if you haven't. Go ahead, leave a comment down below, your initial prediction, and yeah, let's get right into it. So we're going to have Gilbert Burns. He's 20-4. He's 35 years old. He's 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. His last two was a win against Wonderboy, and before that, he lost his title fight against Kamaru Usman. Chimaev is 10-0. He's 27 years old. He's 6'2" and with a 75-inch reach, and he's coming off back-to-back wins: a knockout over Gerald Mearshart, and then a submission win against the Leech. And yeah, what you think, Jeff?
I think this one's gonna be an interesting fight, just because Gilbert Burns. I mean, his last fight against Wonderboy, he took it to the ground. You know, he kind of rode it out that way, secured the dub, which I mean is something he had to do, but it wasn't necessarily in dominant fashion, I thought. And then his loss against Usman, I mean, he had rocked him before he got finished. So the way he should approach this fight is a little difficult because he's the shorter fighter and he has a 4-inch reach disadvantage. And I don't think he wants to go to the ground necessarily, at least at first. You know, I don't think he wants to go to the ground. It's probably best if he avoids it. I mean, Khamzat, like you said, he knocked out Mearshart. I think Gilbert's a little more well-rounded. The thing is, I don't know if he can strike with Khamzat being the taller fighter. I mean, I would think that it's going to be hard to cover that distance and avoid being taken down. As much as I want Gilbert Burns to win, I think he's just gonna. I think Khamzat is just too strong, and a lot of other fighters have said that he's pretty freaking strong. So I think Khamzat's gonna win. If I had to say, it's probably not gonna make it. It might make it past 3 rounds then. But yeah, I would say Khamzat by decision, I think, just to be safe. But he might get the submission or a TKO. I'm not sure though. What do you think?
It's a good matchup. I think it's the best next step for Chimaev. I think it's a big risk for Gilbert. I just think I mean, we've seen their striking. Both are primarily, grapplers. Gilbert Burns is more of a jiu-jitsu guy. Khamzat's more of a wrestler. And both guys, they can strike pretty well. Both guys are pretty powerful on the feet. They got a good power on their punches. But I think ultimately it will come down to the grappling. I don't see Chimaev sticking around on the feet, considering, like you said, his size advantage. I mean, he's coming from middleweight, so he's a big guy. Well, Gilbert Burns has fought at 155 and moved up. I think he's 5'10". Yeah, he's 5'10". Chimaev's 6'2", so he's gonna have a big size advantage. And in wrestling, that can really, with the wrestling, that can help him a lot. And I mean, Gilbert Burns, his wrestling defense, what we saw against Kamaru, I think was it looked pretty solid. But I don't think I don't think he's gonna be able to stop him, to be honest. I think honestly his jiu-jitsu base will only help him to not get submitted. I can't see Khamzat submitting him unless he has him rocked or something like that. Like he drops him first. I think he will be able to get him down, and I think he will be able to control him. And I think he's going to beat him up a little bit. I think he's going to TKO him with ground and pound. I just don't see Gilbert Burns getting up. Maybe he'll stop like the initial takedown. I don't see him constantly stopping and stuffing every takedown. I see him eventually getting on the ground and Khamzat kind of having his way, especially once he gets there. He's pretty technical and he's going to be real strong. I do think this is Khamzat's biggest test. Obviously his last two against Mearshart, the Leech, 2 guys that are like fringe top 15 guys. They're not really, they're not elite. So this is his biggest test. Gilbert Burns ranked number 2. With all the hype Khamzat has, he could very well be next in line for a title shot. Well, those are our thoughts, our predictions. We both think Khamzat Chimaev is going to win. Jeff thinks he's going to be able to dominate Gilbert Burns to decision win. I actually think he's going to get him out maybe in probably the first or second round. It'd be very interesting to see if Gilbert Burns can stop the hype train or Khamzat, will live up to it. Let us know down below on what you think. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And yeah, it's going to be a great night of fights, UFC 273. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We're doing the main and the co-main, so go ahead and check those out if you haven't. And yeah, we'll see you after the fights. It's going to be a good night of fights.
Yep. See you there.
See you there.